Hi and welcome to Reseller News. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is September 1st, 2020. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. Hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to do the Reseller News. I got some windows open up, so without further ado, let's get right to it. Okay, before I get started, I just want you guys to know I do not have any affiliate links with these websites that are posted on my YouTube channel. And the reason why I always tell you guys to go directly to the YouTube channel, the website that is because they may have active hyperlinks in there. In order to activate those active hyperlinks, you need to go directly to those websites. So without further ado, I'm going to give you the URLs, and then we're just going to keep moving on. Hopefully we can keep this short. I'm just going to try, guys. So let's see what we can do with this here. All right. First one is the URL is www.marketplacepulse.com. This story came out September 1st, 2020. Walmart's fulfillment service for sellers not seeing adoption. It goes on to say here, Walmart Fulfillment Services, WFS, that allows third-party sellers to store and fulfill inventory for Walmart's warehouse is powering less than 0.1% of the two-day enabled products. Only 150 sellers out of 54,000 total have started using the service launched 6 months ago. I'm not, like I said again, I'm not going to read too much into it. Here's the active hyperlink I was talking about. Okay, you'd have to click it on. That's why I said. That's why I tell you guys to go directly to the website, because you can click on these active hyperlinks and read more into it. If I do that there, this is going to go on a lot longer, and I don't want to take too much of your time. I know your time is precious to you, just like it is to me. But I just want to show you something really quick on this little graph over here. Look at the numbers of sellers using fulfillment service from Walmart. Look at this here. 150, not bad. I mean, look at the way it's going up, the way it's graphing up. It's not bad, you know, but it's something you guys might want to check into. So that's why I'm sharing this information with you guys, okay? And there is a little more to read and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely check it out. I'm going to look into it. Definitely. Because like I said, even though I've been an active seller on eBay, I've been with eBay, for those who don't know, for over 20 years. I love eBay. I think it's a good selling platform. Yes, there are little bugs in the system every now and then that arise, but what are you going to do, right? That's just the way it works. That's with anything. But otherwise, I do love eBay. But I do cross-sell, though. For those who are new, I do cross-sell. If you're probably wondering, I cross-sell on Bonanza and Poshmark. But my go-to, my number one, is eBay, just to let you guys know about that. All right, I'm going to bump out of this here, and we're going to go into the next window. Now, the next windows that are going to be opened up, that I'm going to be opening up, is from e-commerce bytes, one of my favorite sites, and the other one is also TameBay. I don't have TameBay on it today. I did get Google alerts on it, but I'm not going to put them on because, like I said, it'll go on and on and on too long. So let me bump out of here. Let me give a URL, and this one here is from e-commerce bytes. So let me give you a URL. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. This story came out, and I'm going to give the dates. I always like to give the dates, so if you're new to my channel, you're going to hear me kicking dates out. And the reason why I do that, folks, is to let you know the information is not old, you know. Although I do revert back to older dates when I'm talking about a specific topic. This one came out August 3rd, 2020. It says eBay suffers intermittent outage Sunday morning. eBay is experiencing an intermittent outage that appears to be related to a DNS failure. People first began reporting technical issues early Sunday morning, followed by the reports accessibility issues that began around 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Down Detector. Now, if you never went to Down Detector, that's a good site to check it out. They usually keep you abreast of what's going on within different other platforms, other selling platforms like, you know, Amazon, Etsy, whatever. And plus, they have a host of other companies too that are experiencing problems. Okay, outages or, you know, whatever it may be. You got to check it out. You would just go to downdetector1word.com. I highly recommend you check it out, though, and read the comments, what people are posting there. Because I found out one thing, folks. When I go to Down Detector myself, I check them out on occasion. There are people out there, buyers and sellers just like you and I, that will bring things to our attention that we may not be aware of. So I highly recommend you check out Down Detector if you get a chance. And again, that's an active hyperlink. On this site here, e-commerce bytes, you will notice that the lettering is like a purplish blue, whatever. Anything you see like that are active hyperlinks, and in order to activate them, you got to be on the site. You got to click them on, and you'll get more information. I'm going to leave this up because I want to read a little more into this here. I'm going to kind of like keep this cryptic. I'm going to throw it out there, and the rest, like I said, is up to you guys to pick up. Okay, so we're going to move to the next window here. All right. This one here came out August 29, 2020. It says eBay issues new mandate for accepting returns. Beginning September 14th, eBay will automate the returns and refunds process from sellers actively enrolled in managed payments in order to align seller experience across the eBay platform. I, on the other hand, if anyone's wondering, I didn't opt into the managed payment processing with the, through eBay. I'm still with PayPal, and I hope to continue to stay with them. I hope it's going to be an optional thing. Like if it is mandatory, where we're all going to have to eventually be grandfathered into this year, I'm hoping they'll have a PayPal as an alternative payment service. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm saying it is because I've been hearing different stories from people, from reading on sites and blog sites and stuff, that some people are not too happy with the managed payment service and some people are. So, it's an up in the air thing with me. I'm not going to knock it until I actually try it. So let's read a little more into this, and we're going to move right to the next window. It says automation of returns and refunds saves sellers time and enables them to process returns faster, eBay said. Okay, now, there is a lot to read here, and I'm not going to read too much of it like you can see here. You may want to check it out. I know you might say you put the information up, but you don't read the whole thing through. It'll take too long. That's why I give you URLs, and I encourage you to definitely go to the website to read these things up if you want to be abreast of what's going on in the e-commerce world, especially when it pertains to eBay. Okay, I'm an eBay seller, so this stuff really does affect me in the sense that if there is a problem and I'm not aware of it, it's something that's kind of like in the back burner. I want to know what's going on ahead of time. That's why I share this information with you guys. If you are an eBay seller or you're thinking about selling on eBay, you may want to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be putting information up like this here as it comes to me. When I get the Google alerts or emails, in this particular case from e-commerce buyers, I will share it with you guys so you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to sit there hunting for the information. All right, so I'm going to leave that window up. And the next one's going to be here. If I can get to it, there we go. It's beware a PayPal invoice scam spreading this weekend. This story came out August 30th, 2020. I wasn't aware of this here. That's why I love doing the Reseller News, and I love sharing the information with you guys, because maybe you may have not been aware of it either. I haven't, but that's why I'm sharing it, and that's why I love doing the Reseller News. It says over here, people are wondering why they received a $35 PayPal invoice this weekend they weren't expecting. Beware, it appears to be a scam of epic proportions, and it says see update below. Of course, it's going to be an active hyperlink, and you're going to have to go to it. Let's read a little more into this, though. It says it was first brought to our attention by a reader who wrote overnight, I got a PayPal message of a bogus $35 invoice waiting payment. It wasn't spam. They really was such an invoice, and I had to cancel it. Has anyone else seen this? I haven't. Like I said, I use PayPal exclusively for all my, for people who, for my buyers. I have not seen anything like that, and that's the other thing I want to share with you guys really quick. Some of the things I bring out here on my YouTube channel when it comes to doing Reseller News, I don't experience the same things. You may not either, but it's always good just to stay in the loop and keep abreast of what's going on out there. It goes on to say, again, active hyperlink, on Twitter, a user posted a screenshot and asked why he received a $35 invoice from the World Health Organization, WHO. Why am I being force billed? He directed at PayPal. Wow, that is definitely a scam. Two people on this thread of the eBay discussion boards also reported receiving mysterious PayPal invoices for $35. Keep an eye out there for you guys who are sellers and buyers that use PayPal exclusively. Now I got to go check on my PayPal after I do the video. I want to go check in my account and make sure I haven't got that there. Again, this is news to me, folks. So I have to make sure I'm not getting stuff like that as well. It goes on to say here, one user said they received from PayPal. Okay, wow, for $35 to support the California Wildfire Relief Fund. I do sympathize with the residents, but I definitely feel sending an invoice rather than a request for a donation is out of line, they wrote. Wow, this is crazy. Wow. Okay, another seller replied they also received a $35 invoice. I called PayPal, and they told me with your email address can send you an invoice, and they recommended delete and ignore. Wow. Spread the words. Be wary of invoices you are not expecting. Wow. Okay, and the other thing I want to tell you about the e-commerce sites too, when you get a chance, go down below. Always read the comments, what what other readers put out there. They put out some good information, and like I said again, they may be bringing things to your attention that you and I are not aware of. So definitely hit the comment section when you get a chance. I'm going to have to leave that open as well. This one over here came out August 24th. If I can move it up, here we go. It says, "Do you agree with eBay shoppers will give used holiday gifts?" I talked about this here with a relative of mine, and we talked about that. They know I'm a reseller. They said, "How do you feel about giving used things? Like if you buy stuff from a thrift store, would you give that as birthday gifts or anniversary gifts or whatever, or even like for Christmas time?" And my take is, no, I wouldn't. Not for anything unless the item is brand new, and the chances of finding something that a specific relative is going to want in the thrift store is going to probably be very nil. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm going to find that thing. Like, let's say I had a relative that liked building model planes or whatever, and they're looking for a specific model plane. I doubt if I'm going to go to a thrift store and find that specific item. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just go out to a store and buy it or order it offline. But things of that nature, it's going to be probably very rare to do something like that. In regards to giving used items to your loved ones, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it, but there may be people who would. So that's totally up at your discretion. I'm not going to get too much in this here, but let's read a little into it. It goes on to say, it's a perennial topic for online sellers. Will shoppers buy used and refurbished items as holiday gifts? eBay says yes. Okay. Executive Jordan Sweetnam said consumers have shifted to online shopping over the past 6 months due to the pandemic, and he said that the bodes well for the rest of the year because people have fundamentally learned new shopping behaviors. And it goes on to say here, and they will be more apt to buy and gift pre-owned refurbished items than they have in the past, he said, as they look to stretch their dollars further. He also said the traditional holiday categories such as toys, Lego, puzzles, and performing well. He expects small kitchen appliances to continue to sell. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said again, I sell used Keurig coffee makers, right, and Farberware coffee pots. If a buyer is buying it for themselves and they're buying to regift it to somebody, whatever, that's up to them. I don't think if you did give something like that to a relative or something, they're going to sit there and say, especially if it doesn't have a box or whatever, "Oh, thank you very much. Where'd you get this?" "I got this at my local thrift store." I don't know how people are going to feel about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and I don't want to get any pushback. So if anyone's going to leave any comments in regards to this here about how, what I feel or whatever, or thinking that I think it's wrong, I don't think it's wrong. It's just not me. That's all. It's just not me. Buying stuff and selling it again, reselling it is one thing, but I like to, for the holidays, I like to get something brand new wrapped up in a package. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just me. All right. Let's move to the next one over here. This one over here is eBay requires item specifics in more categories. The story came out August 28, 2020. It says eBay is resuming plans to require item specifics in additional categories beginning September 9th, and it touted 2 tools to help sellers make their listings compliant. In February, as part of its 2020 Spring Seller Update, eBay announced plans to institute required attributes into listings, electronics, and home and garden categories on March 31st, but weeks later announced it was postponing the rollout. Okay, you could read more into this here. You could download the details here. Again, active hyperlinks. That's why I keep telling you guys you got to go there. All right, I'll leave this up because I'm going to come back to this one too. But I tell you, the first thing I'm going to do is check my PayPal. I want to see if I got anything like that. All right, let's move right along. And the story you're looking for is right here. eBay to require on specifics more categories. Very good information. I highly recommend you definitely check this out as well. Outside the PayPal thing. Okay, let's move over here to this one. All right, I was talking about this with a relative of mine, and well, let's just talk about it right now. Let's just see what it's all about. It says eBay says making it liable for defective products would harm sellers. This story came out August 27, 2020. It goes on to say, eBay said California Product Liability Bill, AB 3262, would cripple small businesses and harm both sellers and buyers. eBay wrote about the bill on its government relations eBay Main Street blog on Thursday. It took a different approach than Etsy, whose CEO on Tuesday slammed Amazon for supporting the bill. Josh Silverman wrote on Etsy corporate blog, Amazon is taking a bold step to wipe out its competitors by promoting a complex, hard to comply with legislation that only they can afford to absorb. eBay said its commitments to consumer safety was long-standing and a central value, while AB 3262 has the well-intended goal of protecting consumers from defective products. The bill would do a little to achieve the goal. AB 3262 would instead raise costs and limit choices for the California consumers and small businesses that use the third-party marketplace to reach millions of buyers around the world. eBay also mentioned, obviously, writing, the bill would also have seemingly unintended consequences for further cementing the dominant e-commerce retailers who can absorb these costs. The California legislature has until August 31st to pass the bill. eBay said, we will continue to keep Main Street members updated. And that says you can read the full report here, eBayMainStreet.com website. So I will have to check that out as well. Story came out August 29, 2020. eBay holds more erroneous risks than PayPal for returns. This was they're writing a story to Dear Ina. For those who don't know, Ina Steiner is the co-founder, and she is the editor of E-Commerce Bytes. Okay, so it goes on to say, Dear Ina, well, here is yet another very damaging aspect of managed payments to sellers. Never told us, and a very lucrative to eBay at the expense of sellers' returns. Again, I really can't, accommodate what this person's saying because I'm not with that. But let's read a little more into it. Person goes on to say, we sell clothing, all new clothing, with eBay having forced its wannabe Amazon 30-day return policy some time ago. We get more returns than we should for don't like the color, if it doesn't fit, etc. Okay, they had already turned us into a try and then buy service, but at least we held the funds until the buyer returned the item, hopefully untouched condition with tags. That's the thing too that always gets me a little concerned. We might want to, going forward, if you're selling brand new items with tags, I know it sounds kind of crazy what I'm about to say, but it's just a little food for thought. You're probably not going to see sellers doing this here, but I'm thinking about it. When I sell brand new clothing, now I might have stuff with there, but hearing stories like this, it's kind of like making me, think a little different. What I would put in there in my description going forward when I'm selling brand new clothing with tags and all, dear buyer, please do not remove the tags or or the labels, whatever, from the item unless you're definitely going to buy it or something along that line, because they remove them. They remove the tags or labels or whatever, and they send it back to you, just like this person says, doesn't fit, don't like the color. Now how are you going to sell it? You can't say new with tags, or what are you going to put in your description? Well, it was new, but the buyer, the previous buyer, ripped off the tags and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? That's something we may want to think about. Now this here, first off, with the part there, don't like the color, it doesn't fit. I mean that stands to reason. I mean, I've sold a pair of shorts, Adidas shorts, to a person. I had the size in there, the color light blue, like a pastel blue, and they sent it back not because of the color. They just said it didn't fit. So it was pre-owned. It was my daughter's stuff. And if you go on my YouTube, my eBay listings, all the stuff, the girl stuff that you see, the jewelry, whatever I got in there, clothing, that's all from my daughters. That's not thrift store bought. Not that it makes a difference. People say, well, whether you're buying from a thrift store, buying from you, it's still pre-owned. That's true. But anyway, so I got the shorts back. No fuss, no muss. You return it. I gave the full refund back, and basically just had to rewash them again. And I put them up, and a day later they sold. Anyway, so I understand what they're saying, but let's read a little more into this here. Let's go back to that part here. They already returned it. They already have turned us into a try then buy service. But at least we held the funds until the buyer returned the item, hopefully untouched condition with tags. It says, well, we just got our first return under the MP, managed payment, and eBay informed us that they are now withholding the funds, around $50, from our already delayed payouts until the return is resolved. See? It goes on to say here a little further. It goes on to say, I had a buyer's return, I have had buyers not return the items for 60 days. that eBay honored. Can you imagine how much money eBay will be holding in their return account from all across eBay from sellers for at least several weeks? See, I can't. See, that's the part that would kill me. That's the part that would kill me, and I'll tell you why. The way I do it, when I sell my stuff on eBay and people pay through PayPal, when it goes in my PayPal account, right away I transfer. I do the standard free transfer. I transfer it to my personal bank account because I want to manage my own money. Not that I'm saying I don't trust PayPal. PayPal's good. I don't have any problem with them. But what I do is when I get sales, I transfer it over to my personal bank and I draw off there. That's how I pay my bills with it from my personal bank. Okay. I don't like the idea of other companies holding my money. Not for anything. I'm not saying PayPal's been great. I love PayPal. But I'm not too crazy about eBay, having control over my money and when they're going to release it. All right. Then it goes on to say here, for at least several weeks, overall minimum. I wonder how many foreign stock markets my money will spend through making eBay money while they hold it. You see, that's the thing I don't like. That's why I said, I don't know. Let's read a little more. There's not much more to read. I can't believe this is able to be done. This is approaching fraud/crime against the sellers with financial rules being made up as they go along. I am so pissed right now. I am frantically working on my own Magneto open source site and get back to PayPal to get away from these bandits. 20 years of the end. This, okay, like me. The person you can see is very distraught about over it. You can read the comments. I'm not going to read some of these comments. I mean, they are funny. Some of them, what they have to. The reason I like to read the comments, folks, is not only do they bring out what things that you and I might not be aware of, but I like to hear what they have to say. And let me tell you something. Sometimes the comments are really, if you get my drift. All right, I'm going to back out of this here. I'm going to close this window out. So stick around. Well, that concludes this video. I hope you found the information helpful, and if you did, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is September 1st, 2020. If you are an eBay seller, I'm wishing you all the best in sales. Until next time, bye-bye for now.